We're here at the property on 516 Lancaster here in Aurora. Walking up to the property, the siding is vinyl. It looks to be in good and solid condition here. And as we walk up the stairs here on this front porch, they seem a little flimsy. Could use another coat of paint here. And as we open up the door to go inside the property, this property was fire damaged before, so we're trying to see exactly where it started if we can. But coming in here, we are seeing there's no rancid smells. There's nothing like that. Just notice here, stepping on this area, it does feel a little flimsy. But this looks to be the subfloor. But yeah, you walk right into the door here, and we have what could be the living room. Now, all the windows here, so far I've counted about 11 windows on this property here. They all look to be actually replaced recently, to be honest with you. Take a look here at the seal. They still got the stickers on them, so that's a plus. So you don't have to replace the windows there. The studs look to be in solid condition. The floors also feel solid enough here on this side. And so, yeah, we're just walking around here, the property. Look up onto the rafters. You can see it all, right? Even the attic. I mean, everything's gutted in this property, so you could clearly see, and start from scratch. Now, we do see a lot of wire, right? Not a lot of conduit, right? And I do see some conduit here, but we do see some Romex coming around, like for example this switch. We'll see in the basement how it looks like. And as we can see here, nice long hallway, so we'll walk right in. Now, there's no basement because I'm already looking at the furnace, so it'll be slab. But we walk here. I don't sense that the floor is flimsy in this area. All right, just walking back here towards all the rooms. This is probably the bathroom right there, and making our way to this side. Okay, so I'm gonna try to identify where the rooms would be, just walking through this space. Again, it doesn't feel terrible. This floor feels in decent shape. But again, this I would imagine will be the actual living room, right? Go ahead and zoom out a little bit. There goes the living room. Maybe another living room here, or a dining room, I should say. Or maybe just another, well, we'll have to see, right? Maybe even the kitchen, right? Let's just take a look. It might be the kitchen because I'm already seeing the water lines here. That is the gas for the stove. So this would be actually the kitchen, now that I think about it. And that's the vent for the stove and for the hood. And that would have to vent to the exterior. I just can't confirm that right now. And it's possible that the fire probably started in this spot right here. I do see some rotting of the wood, it looks like, perhaps. And then over here would be a closet. All right, walking over here would be the utility room, the laundry room as well. And let's just take a look. This is the door to the exterior. We do see some switches here, right? And so we do see some conduit. So maybe there's a couple of lines that do have the Romex cable. Nothing major, nothing crazy. All right, here we do see the connections for the washer dryer. Here's the gas valve right there for the dryer. That's the exterior for the dryer, right, for the vent. And then here's the piping for that, and that leads out to the sewage lines. All right, this property does have public water and public sewage. And here's the water heater, right? This one was in 2025, so it's of this year. And even the furnace itself looks to be brand new as well. Okay, so that's what we got here so far for this one. All the connections seem to be fine and in order. The studs themselves look to be in good condition. I do see some wet rotting of the wood. Pay special and careful attention to this spot right here. Let me kind of zoom in again in this area. Take a look at that. All right, let's see if we see any more patterns like that. Maybe that was the damage of the fire. All right, so now we move on to this area here. And this is the access point to the crawl space. Now let me shine a light down there. We would recommend covering that up even better, so that way, the moisture and the radon gas, all that stuff, does not penetrate into the house as effectively. All right, so we move on to the other part of the property here. Now over here, we walk straight ahead. This would be considered one of the bedrooms. We have the space for it here. And this would be the closet right here. Okay, nothing crazy. Standard room, that's number one. We walk over here. This would be bedroom number two. We see the framing. All the drywall's been ripped out. That would be the closet right there. That's bedroom number two. Then we walk this way, and we find ourselves with I would say another bedroom. This could be number 3. Just put another drywall here with the door, because you walk in. Let me see if I can zoom out. You walk in. It's like a master. It's very large, larger than the other rooms. And there would be the closet right here. This would be the closet right there. Okay. And then over here would be the bathroom, because we do have the hookups for a bathroom here. Now it could be for 2, right? And this could probably be the master bedroom, actually, if I see it correctly. This stud here, I mean, this could be the doorway too. You open up the door and walk right into the master, which would be here, and even this, because here would be the master bedroom right here. We have the connection line for the toilet right there, where the wax seal would go. There's the water. And then here we would have the sink. We have the connections for the water there. There's the GFCI outlet. And then this would be for the shower. That's a shower drain right there. And then here is the line for that, and that's where the spigot will go. So that's the master. And then over here would be the other bathroom that's outside, and that would be for the entire house, the rest of the house. So again, we would see, here's the light switch with the GFCI protection. Here we have the sink. So imagine the sink here. Right next to it would be the toilet. That's the drain for the toilet, the water line for the toilet. And over here would be for the shower. Here we have the lines connecting that to the hose. And then as well, you have a little spigot coming out for that. And that would be the drain pipe down there for the shower. The vent for the heater. And that's what we would have. And up here, if you look up, we have also the vents working in that regard. So even if I were to turn this on right now, I don't know if it would work or not. But that's basically the skeleton of this particular home. Oh, one more thing, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, we have another one, right? This would be the other bathroom. So technically, this house has 2.5 bath and 3 bedrooms. But this one looks to be the more abused room of them all here. We have down here, it looks like a lot of water damage was done here. I don't know if the fire started in this spot or not, but we do see some remnants of mold on these 2x4s. So if it's possible for you to replace that 2x4, maybe that's the best option. But again, here we have the connections. So we have the GFCI for this one. And this will be the sink area and the toilet. All the connections are here. And that's where we would find XYZ, all right? So again, that's the interior. This is just a smart thermostat they're using. This would be, again, the utility room. The washer dryer would go here. And over here would be another closet, maybe a coat closet. This would be the kitchen / dining room space right here. And this would be your living room. Okay, so that's basically how it looks like. And let me just finish by walking outside here once again and walking out the property. This property does not have a garage though, however, okay? So just keep that in mind as we are walking here. But again, the siding looks to be in great shape, except here. Obviously, we do see a crack there. It is vinyl. Once again, that's the vent. It does vent to the exterior, the kitchen. Let's see what else. That's the door. That's where the laundry room would be. All right. And I'm looking at the foundation of the slab. It's a crawl space, actually. And I don't see any major defects here with that either. So it looks to be in solid shape in the exterior. And as far as the property lines go, basically we do see the fence around here all the way around. The issue here though, on the other side of the house, that is the south facing of this house, is basically on the neighbor's side. So you would have to, if you do any maintenance, have to get onto the neighbor's side of the house. It's not like this house here on the other side where you do have some space to get in there from their line. Nope. Over here you would have to go to the other side. So that's what we would see here. As you can see, the fence is very, very close to the property line. And I would think there would be a door to get in there, but unfortunately we don't have that. So that's why we would have the limited space. And the lot line's probably a 0 lot line if you ask me. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up.